empty regions that they can actually secure. And
Exactly.
I'm looking at Los Leones here because some teams really love to play inside. One such of a team is Onyx Esports.
And Power Grid, Onyx Esport as well. I'm a little bit concerned as well because first team, they were the first team to get knocked out. They do not have enough points here. And Onyx, this game, are they going to pick themselves up here? Because experimental stage is pretty much over now. It's do or die. Can they pick themselves up? And currently, the top two, VIP squad as well as RRQ, looking very confident here. I'm a little bit curious here. Is VIP going to be able to pull this off? Because according to them, Miramar isn't exactly their most favorable map here.
Well, I can understand why, because they always drop at the edge of the corners of the southern side, but this is where they're actually familiar because the circle now wandering around the regions of Valdemar, Chumacera, La Adriela, it could be anywhere, but we might just see another mountainous fight in between Chumacera. Now, looking into this region of Creative Fields, we have NRG, Victim, all sharing the same spot. Now, are they going to pick up the early fights head on, as Jasper might just be able to scout out some of these guys of pure skills as we speak of it?
Shots. Nice taps here coming from Jasper. They didn't expect this here. Alice gets clipped off with the pistol shots here. Jasper doing some serious work. He's going to be back into a looting here and forced to waste a little bit of time here from the side of Alice here.
Now looking into this situation, Pure Skills already got themselves some vehicles. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for them to rotate, as they will try to actually scatter out for a little bit more loots before proceeding to leave this area. Now, this town is divided into multiple sections. You have the mountainside, you have the factory, as well as the slums area where Purple Moon is currently sitting at. So they have 3 members all inside of the center of the town. So Pure Skills opt to actually back all the way ahead and all the way back, and Jasper is the only one that's actually nearby the regions of the factory.
Well, this is going to be a tough one here because all these teams, they saw how important is it to get their placements in towards the top 16, right? And currently, having 4 players is very crucial in most of these endgame fights. So we saw how Illuminate the Murder shredded into the second game here with 1 member. Same goes with Xavier as well. And even that, in the first game where VIP, they had 4 members against Narrow Gaming. Despite that, Narrow Gaming had 2 players available. Imagine if they had 4. So prioritizing those stacked up odds of having additional hits is going to help you throughout the late stage of the game.
I truly agree with that. And I think Narrow Gaming is playing it a little bit riskily. We saw in that previous match inside of Erangel, it was tough for them to rotate because they just drove through about 3 to 4 teams where they just get pummeled down and they were getting parked into the mountainous area. But there's so many teams that's actually pushing towards the side of Narok. But this is a total different map. There's so many places that you can hide inside Miramar, and it's going to take a little bit of time for them to actually make a rotation.
Here. Contra, Steel 9K actually getting knocked from the car here. He might be a little bit of mistakes there, but are they going to be? He's going to be fine, I guess, from Team
yeah,
Secret.
I don't think that it's going to be much. Maybe it's just a little bit of an accident. As you can see inside of
that just happened.
Azahar, he's just with the rest of the squad of Team Secret. They should be able to pick him up in the jiffy. Now, Alexander's going to drive towards his corner. Now, Azahar is such a town where there's so many different sections of the town. You have the central zone with the water tanks.
But I'm really worried for this, Contra. Like, Al-Hazar is actually the furthest point away from the next circle here.
One of the furthest, I would say.
Definitely one of the furthest here. And I'm a little bit worried because I'm not sure if they can rotate in time. And considering that Stu 9K just got knocked there, having 1 knock on the belt here doesn't help in the later game as well, especially if you want to play the waiting game here.
Well, I gotta say that Team Secret, they usually would actually rotate it really late. So I'm not really expecting them to actually move too early, unless they really wish to switch up their strats a little bit more, because most of the time they will tank phase 1. Phase 2 is where they start to make a move, where they could actually play it a little bit safe. But judging from the distance, this is a trouble for Team Secret. Yeah. While Purple Moon's already trying to book themselves a spot towards the south side.
Like you know that Secret always does that, tanking a circle here. Miramar is not a place you want to do that here because rotation-wise, the mountain terrains is not exactly favorable for them though. I'm a little bit concerned and worried for them. However, from the side of Victim here, they will be crawling through the crater fields here.
Yeah, looking into this section here, Yakuza is going to be all by himself, scouting up ahead. There's not going to be the rest of VIP squad falling behind his back. while WoW is just inside of Minas del Generales for this time being. Now, from the side of WoW, we saw them in the previous round. They are usually the very defensive team coming
Yeah.
in to its Sonovska Island, but because of how Narok Gaming really controlled Milta, everyone gave that sort of respect to Narok, and nobody wants to actually challenge them towards the bridge, and everyone got
Yeah,
clumped out outside
it was
phase
kind
one.
of a cycle thing as well. I was talking to Chuchu about that, where because they did it so many through the ceiling,
Still
everyone
on the...
assumed that happened here. But still
Okay.
9K, falling again here. What happened, still 9K? And this is gonna be the third knock from Team Secret.
Slippery hands. I'm not
Okay.
sure if they should tank the circle because of Stu. Now,
I
second
don't know,
time
but
coming.
they kind of have to because Steel 9K, he's bleeding out so quickly. This is the second time again.
It's like
Okay.
he's like saying the only enemy is yourself.
And that's exactly just what happened, Contra, because I don't think they have enough mets here.
There's no cars. There's nothing. Maybe he just fell from
He's
the
mad.
top.
Look
Yeah,
at this,
it's-
Simba. He's like, ugh, he break the window.
Yeah. Speaking of the blue zone, it's actually coming in, and I'm not sure if he has enough. Simbi's only got one pack, so they really got to make a run for this one. Narrow Gaming is gonna cut across the section of El Pozo. Might just bump into RRQ Athena, while Nymph is still wandering around the corners of La Corberia. Now, inside the middle, it's always going to be
I'm
Evos
a bit
as well as
surprised here
Golden
coming from VIP because I was expecting them to actually go towards Lost Eagles or Minas they soar here, but this time they are actually playing the eastern side of the bridge here. And you know what's the best part about VIP? Look at this. They're taking this compound. They know how important some of these rotations is because they have been playing the southern side and the southeast corner throughout the entire tournament in their league here. And because of that, they know which compound is strong. Look at this. Taking this compound, trying to catch a couple of rotations is going to be tough here.
Yeah,
but as you call it, Contra, RRQ will run in towards Narrow Gaming and will take one of the members here.
CZ will be able to actually knock out Heikel for now, but looking in towards the side of Jasper, he's by himself, but he managed to actually push the rest of VIP squad away. Now, the rest of the squad will regroup with Yakuza over on the northern side, so this will leave Purple Moon a little bit more room to breathe as they slowly cut across the lower section right there. Now, I'm thinking on the guys that's more towards the side of the central towns, such as Mercado. There might just be fights coming from the side of Illuminate the Murder once they actually make a move, because from the side of Box Gaming, they haven't really moved all the way too much, don't you think?
That's the thing about Box, right? Like, they always take Picado for quite some time here, but usually they would actually rotate out to try and gatekeep some of these teams here, especially rotation-wise, especially Miramar. You can't do that in early phase because it's quite far apart. The chances of meeting another team being the third party to come join fight is not exactly likely to happen, but there is still a possibility. So why not take this risk to rack up some kills? And I believe Box Gaming needs those kills at this stage of the game.
That is true. As much as they did bring down some of these guys from Illuminate last game, they were the first team to be wiped out. Now, like we said, it's gonna just march forward from the south side in towards Valdemar. And we do see the bridge. It will be empty for now. And from the other guys that we speak of, I think that it's gonna be really interesting on how these guys would actually get themselves in towards a region where it will be safe for them to actually camp for a while and try to pick people off. And Box Gaming, they usually wouldn't play all too offensively in the early stages of the game. So seeing that from the last round, that was something that's pretty refreshing to me.
It's going to be a tough one, though. I'm not sure exactly how they figured out in terms of information here. It's all up to the players here. But I'm more concerned of how they play this map here, because you can see, based on the map right now, the teams are at the outer side of the circle where they're going to be gatekeeping for quite some time. But as of now, dead center in the middle is going to be Evos here, and good call there coming from the VIP, not taking the long route in towards Prison or maybe Los Higos here.
Look at what we have.
Ow. What?
Team Secret still inside of El Azhar, starting to make their way in, cutting across San Martin, and then down towards the northeast instead. Now, Victim's going to be seeing a little bit of movements from Narok Gaming as well. But Wynn's not going to be taking any sort of trouble on his side for the time being. Now, it's just the first couple of minutes into the game, and we haven't really seen that much of a casualty, except for 2 members that dropped out early into this game.
Are they going to be able to do it though? I'm concerned, Contra, because Victim right now, Banyu, they've managed to climb their way through, and we've seen how Banyu is a beast when it comes to going for those entry kills there. But Contra, wow, they're gatekeeping this year. They're actually camping their way in towards next to this roads here, and Pure Skills might fall in towards the pits here from the side of WoW. Or are they going to challenge this here?
They did hear the vehicle movements coming from the side of Pure Skills, but WoW opts to actually retreat out of that vicinity.
I don't think they can fight this.
And I think there is one member actually chasing towards the back. But nah, they're just gonna relocate for now. Ladria is not really the place that they should be, because that's where the blue is slowly closing in.
That's the thing, Contra. Like, you can see, wow, they wanted to take those fights here, hoping for get a couple of lucky freebies here. But look at this, Takanomi is pretty low in terms of mats. He's only got 1 med kit, a couple of boosts here. And I think, wow,
tank the blue.
they definitely want to go for a pit stop to try and loot up the outer sides of the houses here, to try and maybe potentially loot some of these meds here. And Yudu Gang will have a loot crate for themselves. So I'm a little bit curious on what they have here. But Drax getting knocked here and will get finished off apparently. No, actually get picked off, sorry.
He actually had a little bit of an accident, so it was not much of a problem for Yudu Gang to actually rescue him. Now, Narrow Gaming is setting up a death trap here, because this is where a lot of those vehicles will rotate, but Golden Cat's already having some information, spots out Nymph from atop the mountains here. Naris has the Mini 14, so he can actually do quite a couple of pot shots straight towards the side of Nymph.
Nim, it's a-okay now for Nim to play the compound right now, but if he pushes unintentionally and gets pinned off by multiple teams here, he's gonna be in some trouble. But Naris here opening fire from rather early here, giving the alert here from the side of Niv, and he's gonna lay low down for a little bit here. But Golden Cat, I think they're playing the strategy where they want to stall some of the players in that compound, and if another team comes in, they will back off.
Oh my, here comes a 2v1 situation coming towards the side of Waltz. He's the only member coming in.
Oh, here comes the
He's going to
cavalry.
give him a little bit of a support. Zico's going in for the pre-fires, and now Waltz will march out ahead. This is Waltz taking out Kuve first.
Oh, good call here. PRSK was going for the code crash here, but Alice getting picked off here from side Zico. Zico will finish off. Alice is in, but the rest of the team here from side PRSK is just running their way in here, but they get 2 knocks. Can they get on more? Because Alice is down. Waltz, here's this foot shot here, but Deadshot going for pre-fire. Nice dunk here from Waltz, but he gets a lucky tap onto his head here, and Waltz will somehow survive this. But he will eventually get finished off by Kuwei.
That was some great shot coming from the side of Pure Skills, and the cavalry, once it arrived, they just stormed through all these guys, and that was an absolute disaster coming from the side of X Team.
Oh no, great stuff here coming from Pure Skill, making the call here to go in for the save, but unfortunately they still lose Waltz there, but still, they come up on top, taking 4 kills in the belt here coming from Pure Skill. So X Team will be the first team to get taken out here, but can Pure Skills keep this up here? They've got a lot of mans, but they lose 1 member though.
I think it's not too much of a trouble. At least they secured that important and crucial 3 points inside of Miramar. Now we do see a standoff between RQ Athena, the champions of last round, and now against Victim Esports. Banyu is not too bad of a sniper himself, but he's only got an M4 on his hands. Got a 6 times equipped towards it so that he can go in for those single round taps. But this is not much of an angle for him to work with.
That's the thing about those single round taps, right? Like, from my experience playing with these players as well, none of them actually go for single round taps. They actually love spraying with 6 times scope, and it's actually possible with the M4.
That's true.
And using those thumb grips or vertical grips in PUBG Mobile is really crucial in a way, especially if you want to spray with a 6 times scope there.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Sometimes it's just easier to just put it on auto and just spray and pray. But he does have the Mini 14 as well, so he will use that as the single taps while M4 is fully auto. Now, looking towards these hills here, Golden Cat always love to camp across the top of the hill, and this gives them so much vantage point. And we've already seen them tapping towards the side of Narrow Gaming. Now, whoever's from the back may just be RRQ eventually joining the party as well.
I'm concerned right now.
They are, he doesn't really have much of a gear.
I'm concerned right now because the circle is actually favoring towards the northern east section of this here, and you can see RRQ already in the vicinities of a compound, setting up a roadblock themselves. Same goes for Illuminate the Murder, and the rest of the teams out on the southern side, southwest and southeast side here. This is going to be a congested fight here, and whoever manages to come out top is not going to make it out with 4 men alive here.
Some teams might just be battered in this section here, as we do hear a couple of gunfires coming straight from the side of Onyx. EXE looking towards the side of Yudu Gang. They know that they're struggling to climb up these hills. Now, vehicles here. Buggy is one of the most efficient, but look at Geek getting tapped out right now with that M4 in the hands of Sky. But not much work to be done there, as he did not land much of a bullet straight towards the side of Geek.
Onyx, no, they tried to set up a roadblock here, a camp kill box, but unfortunately will not be able to do that here. Jimboy, hear those footsteps here, going to go for team taps here, but chips the bang bus a little bit, but that will be all. And it is, after all, bang bus pretty strong in general, and climbing up those mountains should take some time, but still.
Oh, here comes the Titans. Oh my goodness, Zooms to manage to actually leave unscathed. Now he's gonna try to dash off on the way. That's gonna be one down health left. That's a detonation. D2E secures that kill.
Oh, D2E, that's a bump. Nice last tap there, and great call there from Zoom, but unfortunately, Zooms now will get knocked himself there, pushing a little bit over aggressive, and will get punished from the side of Evos. As Evos, they will get another knock available.
Pushing forward, and we'll finish off Zooms. We can see over on our left side is going to be RRQT now. On the right, it is Victim. So it's not going to be an easy task to actually challenge the victors of the previous round, D2E. Giving a little bit of a helping hand towards the side of Scenario, as Fox will be the support, as always, trying to scout out in the head.
I'm surprised that the northwest side is actually fighting here, considering that everyone is congested in the southwest and southeast corner here. RRQ going to be trying to hold this compound here. They've got 2 kills as of now. This hill is not exactly the best. It's pretty much open to multiple angles, but still, they are trying to make full use of what they can and have at this stage.
And looking towards the corners of Montenevo as well as La Rieta. Esports in the middle of it all. Victim has Banyu booking the buggy straight in towards the small little towns towards the top of the hill. We do see a little bit of a tap straight towards the side of Jughead, but Marco will be able to find Martin. There goes a little bit of a nade from the side of D2E.
D2E getting pinned pretty far off here, as a long-range shots being tossed in their favor here from the side of, I think it was Evo's there, I think. Just going for those shots here. It's a pretty long-range shots here. D2E is all by himself, pretty split out from the rest of the teams here, but Team 11 is actually a victim though.
Oh my. Now, looking towards the corners of Evo's Esports, they have been playing this long-range battle for quite some time, and they will destroy one of the trucks that they have that pick up the truck. Oh my, that's a great tap straight towards the side of Near, as he will be able to find cover over towards the back of the ridges. And Foxy, coming in with the SKS, does not have an extended mag with it, so
okay.
10 taps.
Hold that thought for now, because while they're rotating in here, but little did know, Nara Gaming is right here as JRX will get taken down from side. They're waiting for the right moment, and JRX, you're out of the game. Goodbye, send you to the lobby, bro.
Sending him back to the lobby indeed. Awaji did get chipped for a little bit, but not too much damage on his armor, so that's fine for him. Unless if there's a level 3 armor that's not being depleted, then that would be great for Nymph to actually pick that one up. Or even Awaji. Okay. But here comes Ney. He might just actually exact vengeance, but he's all by himself. I don't recommend him to challenge the rest of NRG.
He's pretty low as well. And interesting fact about how they switch up their choice of weaponaries as well, coming from all these teams. We saw how Evos, I think they had Foxy heading the SKS as well. And we know how strong the Mini 14 is, the M4s with a couple of sprays, right? But because all these long-range fights in Miramar, it makes it so hard to go for those long-range fights here. Better go for damage and go for single taps is definitely the smart play here, and that's exactly what happened for Foxy.
D2E finding a headshot, and that is just Eve was just getting stuck by the corners and just trying to move some of these vehicles as a defensive feel. But Kupo's all by himself facing against the Cats by the corners of the church, only having a whole lot of bandages to work with. But Aldo's making a push. Some of these members are right across.
Chupao is pretty much stuck as well. They heard the footsteps here coming from Golden Cat, and Chupao, I don't think he wants to fight this anytime soon here. His rest of the team is not going to be able to pick him up here, but look at this. He might actually boost up a little bit here to try and deny some utilities in case of his dies here. So playing the macro game is smart here. But Otto,
He's cooking
gonna
up the
go for
nade.
the cook name here. Can he go for the
He's gonna
Gobi?
lob it
Does he
straight
connect?
towards the side of
Chupa?
Kupao. Is
Nope.
it gonna land?
Not
Is
gonna
it
be
gonna
enough.
land? Oh no, he missed it.
Now he's gonna cook it for himself as well. And Otto, he immediately knows this. He will back off instead. He's gonna try and Zope, flush him out a little bit here, but nope, he's not gonna get him here. Nice time there, but good call there coming from Otto to just immediately back off.
Well, a little bit of a missed time judgment, but it's still good notion up ahead. Jasper's gonna find Nymph after a long battle up upon the hills. Jasper will finish off
I
Nymph
like
right there. And Golden Cat, you can see that they're separated by 2, and they use up a whole ton of smokes.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not
had-
sure how it's gonna go for the late game, but
Exactly.
Ney is over in the back. If he rotates upwards, he might just spot some of these.
Yeah, they
members
have
from
to get
Golden
into the
Cat.
circle now because the circle is going to be closing in. So better safe than sorry. Flushing the smokes here to go for a push, but Chupao scouts in near, and that will be it. 1-for-1 trade here. Good call from Otto to pick from the top, but Naris will finish off instead here. They're setting up in advance, but will be able to pick up the rest of members for the Golden Cat. And fortunately for them, they are in the small vicinities of the circle.
Ney's holding in the angle. As much as he loses one member, at least he managed to get in towards the later phases of the game. Now, over on towards the northern side. Oh, this is actually the south. And Fox Gaming struggling upon the circle. This is phase 4. It's going to tickle them a little bit more. EXE not going to get too much of a help. As you can see, Sky as well as Nick is going to have a struggle if they turn back for him. And Onyx going to lose one member off. And they've already lost Matthew.
Southeast corner is pretty much Box's territory right now, but Box, they know there's so many teams right now. They can tank the circle a little bit here if they have the mats, but Jughead will finish off some of the cars here from the side of Golden Cat, denying them those mobility here. Good call there from the side of Jughead, but the circle is going to be favoring from the side of Victim instead, who's been there from A to Z, never moved the muscle.
Yeah, and even Team Secret has joined them as well inside of the next phase. D2E is going to get one more tap as Horizon finds Fox Gaming. Loki will be shredded down to smithereens.
Whoa.
That will be another knock as well. Crazy sprays from the side of Sky.
QB going for the sprays as well, joining the fight will eventually steal the kill away from another side, and you can see Box getting pincered once again. They're in some trouble, and this time VIP gonna be flushed out from side Jexy, and
Jexy finishes
Yakuza.
off VIP.
Oh no, that will be it for Yakuza in game number 3. Jexy with an aggressive push almost gets clipped off as well from side D2E, but fortunately for him, he's gonna be able to heal himself up. But D2E this time for side RRQ, they are playing solo, mano y mano, but Megatron going up against
Here comes
Illuminate.
the nades. Here comes the nade trying to flush off. Got it from the back, but Martin Montoy has had a little bit of sections there. Nadix is gonna have nades flying towards his side as well, or he's gonna be able to snipe away Banyu. And here comes Maxis with another takedown. Yudu Gang retreating towards the back, and Otto will be able to finish off Drax with that spray down.
And now we're down to the 12 teams here. VIP who gets taken out here, but Megatron goes head-to-head against Martin. They finish off Martin. Illuminating the bottom. What is that? Zuxi! What is going on? They got more than one. They're looking
here
for
comes Goddard as
more.
well.
Goddard is low.
Goddard.
Zuxi gets tagged up pretty hard, but eventually gets tagged up instead from Matt Toy for the save. The king of nades. What is up? Can he land those nades? Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen?
Be really tough. He's trying to lob it real far, but here comes another Indonesian ally. Onyx Esports storming their way through. They're gonna get picked off if they stay much longer. Team Secret hugging him out of corners here. Bigatron needs to pick up Zuxi. He's bleeding out real quickly, and Goddard is not too far away. If they do manage to go in, that nade lands straight towards the side of Amjon, but let's not knock him out.
Nice nades there, but Illuminate the Murder is they have to salvage it. They're getting sandwiched pretty hard here, but Luxy getting shot from the side of Goddard again, and Steel 9K going to lob those nades here, but unfortunately will get flanked out for a little bit more. Ryzen, what is up?
Oh, looking towards the corners, we see Ryzen trying to find the angles right. They know that there's another team right at across the section. That's a great shot! And here comes the second Onyx member. Ryzen will be able to take them out as he tries to outrun the blue. Can he survive on this? He will get knocked out. BTR is gone.
Good kill there coming from Bigatron here, but will they be able to secure good placements here? We shall see later on, but great attempt coming from them, but unfortunately the circle is too painful right now. Box, they tagged the circle, they had to heal, they have no choice, they know they cannot go their way in here, but 7 teams left in this small, tiny circle here as RRQ has 4 men healthy somehow. They managed to bail.
Yeah, and not only RRQ, Team Secret is also 4-man strong, and they've been hugging here for quite some time. Eliminate the Murder over on the top side, still has 2 members left. They could possibly do something if they head towards the lower section, but they will try to play it safe. RQ has already secured quite a ditch for themselves. Victim Esports, though, they still have to circle, so RQ has to make a push.
Victim has been dodging RQ for quite some time. RQ giving Jameson, they're just showing them the respect, and they're bailing right now. And G9, they're not respecting them at all. They're going to pitch off the aggression here. Victim, are they going to reel them in and bait them this out here? Or is RQ going to gobble them up like the Kings?
He's going to go in with some of these fire spraying straight towards the side of G9. Some smokes coming in, but that is going to be a lot right in between those rocks. Wynn's not going to get clipped, but Wynn's going to charge one up for himself. Is this going to be a holy Kobe landing straight into nothing? But here comes a little bit more movements. D2E will be the first one to fall.
Gets knocked here from the side of Veil here as Victim finally pulls their way in here, but they are still in the edge of the circle here, coming from RRQ, showing a little bit of respect here from the side of Victim here. They give them a little bit of space. They want those placements here coming from the side of Victim. But PureSkill, look at this view. He's going to tank the circle here and play the healing game.
The Murder over on the top side here, getting a little bit of challenges coming straight up ahead. As you can see, Stu 9K getting a little bit of push done. Arm Joan getting himself killed up, but Arm Joan, he knows those angles right. He can hold it for a little bit longer, but it's not going to be safe. He's going to retreat back towards the hands of Goddard as he will regroup, and now they are kind of outside. They need to make a push towards the corners of either Victim or Team Secret. There's no way out of this.
There's so many ditches here from all these teams, and you can see they can slowly crawl their way through here. Phil, there's no way he's going to survive this. He's going to play the healer game. He's hoping to get a couple of nice placements for the rest of the teams here, but unfortunately, there's just so many cover from all these teams. You can prone your way up as well, unless Victims goes for the aggressive pick here, because right now, Victim cannot take the top of the mountain because it's pretty much open to all the angles of all directions.
Yes, and I think that Team Secret really does have a little bit of a vantage point, because there's most of these teams over the center, over the south, but it's going to have a little bit of an explosion right in front of his face. Not going to be able to take him out as of yet. He's still going for the prones. A little bit of smokes for cover as Ernie does lop out to right straight ahead. Purple Moon now has CZ being taken out by Veal.
Oh, CZ getting knocked here from side Veil here. Because of that, RRQ, they're looking pretty confident here to go for the push and try and pick off the rest of the members here. But Team Secret, they're joining the fight. Shots has been shot for here. Jasper will finish off Ernie, get one knock, and nope, he will fall towards his life there.
Oh, you can see Team Secret has been spotted out. D2E trying to spray through the smokes as Team Secret holding on towards the same sort of region, cracking out a couple more bottles of smoke. Meanwhile, Eliminate the Murder challenging the rest of Team Victim all the way towards the southern side. Sinbi holding towards the higher angles, gonna cook up another smoke. Now, this is gonna be all these 4 teams hugging real tight. We still have 12 more members left alive. Sinner is still really healthy, has 5 packs of first 8, but here comes the straight towards the side of Victim Esports. They're gonna drive one vehicle down the road, and Archer gets spotted out!
Oh no, nice pixel shot there coming from G9. He's looking for more. Here comes the spray. G9! RRQ!
3 in a row for G9. What a godly spray!
Oh, he's looking for more!
As well. The rest of Team Secret marching forward.
G9! God9 is doing it here, but still, he's done the damage. The senior is down. It's going to be a 1v3 now. Can he clutch this for the rest of the teams here?
This is the third time we see a 1v1 event. It will be Team Secret from Malaysia ending match number 3 inside of Miramar. And wow, RRQ, they might have took a lot of kills, but it was Team Secret who stole the show.
Oh, wow.